Hi everybody, and welcome back for another crafty adventure. Today we're going to make a cute little thing to hang outside to feed the birds. We're going to start with a Dollar Tree mug, and we're going to fill it with wild bird suet. Now this I got at the Dollar Tree for $1, and this I got at Strachan Van Til's for $1.29 each. I bought 2 of them because I wanted to make sure that it's going to fill our mug. So that's our first step. So let's get started. All right, so I thought this would be cute. It's an inexpensive way to feed the birds. So we're just going to open up the suet. And it's kind of soft. I mean, not extremely soft. It's crunchy a little bit. But what we're going to do is try to fill it as much as we can with these blocks of it. And then we're going to melt a little bit of it in the microwave and fill it in the rest of the way. So let's see. Once again, it's a craft that I've never done before, but I've seen it done, but we're going to take ours a little bit like a step further, and we're going to make it look dressy and cute. So I'm sure you've seen the picture, and honestly, we can kind of squish it down as much as you can, and maybe you don't even have to melt any because it does seem like it's squishing in there pretty good. So let's do that. This is going to be a real simple craft. Honestly, I think we might only need 1 pack of the suet. Push it in. Okay. All right. It's a real fun, messy one to do. But, I mean, that's what soap and water's for, right? So it's okay. And the birds don't care. They just care that they get food. So I'm going to pick up the little pieces and stick them back in here. Okay. And I do think I'm going to open the other one and fill it a little further. I want to fill it pretty close to the edge because we're going to put a little perch in it, and then we're going to dress it up a little. It's hard to open it now that my hands are kind of slippery. There we go. We're going to be doing a couple crafts over the next month or so that involve feeding the birds. So if you like to feed the birds, you'll enjoy the next, like some of the crafts in the next month. I figure this is the time of year, at least here in Indiana, this is when the birds are all out making their houses and their babies. And it's, I'm sure, I mean, birds eat all the time, but it's the time of year when you really think about the birds. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and keep going and fill it a little more even. I guess we're not going to have to melt it. It's so nice that it's just going to squish down in there. And if you don't want to, you don't have to make it look pretty and even. I'm going to try to make mine look pretty and kind of even though once the birds start eating it, it's not going to look so pretty anyway. They're just going to start digging in. So it's kind of funny. They do have different flavors of the suet. This one is a blueberry one. I didn't realize that they did that kind of thing. I just thought bird seeds tasted probably like nuts or something. But I guess this one, the suet, is actually flavored. And it's so inexpensive, $1.29. So this was $2.60, and then the mug makes $3.60. But then we're going to add some pretty things that maybe it's a little more. Not going to be real expensive though. All right. Okay, so this is what I have. It's smashed in there pretty darn good. I'm going to put those to the side. I'm going to wash my hands before I go on to the next part. So I'll be right back. Now our next step, I thought we're going to go ahead and on our Cricut Maker, we're going to make a little saying for on our mug. And so the mug is going to hang in a tree this way. And we're going to have a little stem coming out here. And I wanted to have a little saying on the side. I think I've told you before about the Cricut mats. So you need a mat to be able to use your Cricut Maker. And these, I got these at Joann Fabrics for $11.62 for two of them because they were on sale. Normally they're, let's see, I wrote it down. Normally they're $15.49 for two. Okay, so, and then I bought so I bought this premium vinyl, and I bought the hot pink because I thought it would show up really cute across the yard. And so I bought hot pink, and this is going to be our lettering. And it was on sale for $5.99. It's regularly $7.99 at Joann Fabrics. Gosh, I still have that bird stuff all over me. Okay, so we're going to open this. And we're going to put it on our mat. And the mat holds the vinyl in place while you're cutting with your Cricut Maker. I'm going to try to make this as quick and simple as possible so you can just see it and maybe go pick up the stuff and make one yourself. It's going to be so simple. And if you don't want to do you don't have to put a saying on there, or you can always go to Dollar Tree. Like I've told you guys before, you can get just a sticker. It can be a cute little bird sticker or flowers, and put flowers all around your mug. Just little stickers all around. That'd be really cute too. So just always remember that too. Let's see, I just not sure how long this is. Thought it was just a 12 by 12. Ooh, I might be surprised. Oh, it's a really long one. Okay, I didn't realize that. It's kind of cool. So I'm going to pull the plastic off and set it to the side. I'm going to grab, okay, so this is just a little tape measure, and I'm just going to measure my mug on the side and see kind of how long I want my lettering to be. It looks like probably just 3 inches. Whoops, my arm's sticking. So it's going to be like 3 inches by, it can go up to 4 inches, but I'm thinking 3 inches by 3.5 inches would be good. So my lettering is only going to be 3 inches by 3.5 inches. So I really don't need to use a lot of my vinyl right now. So I think what I'm going to do is take it and cut it to only 4 inches. So I'm going to take my scissors and go ahead and cut it at the 4-inch mark, if possible. It does stick on here pretty darn good. 4 or 5 inches is fine too. I just don't want to waste my vinyl. And I am putting it all the way across because I thought I might want to make the little saying twice so it can be on both sides of the mug. Because I'm not sure where I'm going to hang it outside. And so I may want it to show on both sides. So I'm going to cut it. It's nice because on the back of the Cricut mat, this Cricut vinyl, it has lines. I mean, I'm not cutting it real even, but, you know, pretty good. But it has lines, so it helps you to cut it across and not waste a whole lot of your vinyl. I'm just going to put it, hopefully, right back in the tube so it doesn't get messed up. I love the color. It's such a bright, pretty pink. Okay, so now I'm going to use my Cricut brandishing tool, and I'm going to brandish that down. Sometimes my computer takes its sweet little time. So let's see. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take you into my computer like we've done before, and I'm going to show you how to do the lettering again. In the left-hand corner, you see the green C. That's the Cricut design space. We're going to click on that, double-click on that. It usually takes a minute for the Cricut to come up. Okay, so now we're going to go up into the right-hand corner where it says New Project, and we're going to click on New Project. Okay, so now this is the canvas, the Cricut canvas. What we do is we're going to come over here. First I'm going to maximize it so you can see everything. Okay, we're going to come over to the left-hand side and go down the icons to where it says text, and we're going to click on the text. And then down here a blue box comes up and you add your text here, and we are going to type in every, and then we're going to hit enter. Birdie, whoops, and hit enter, and welcome. Okay, so now we're going to go up to this left hand corner where it says font, and it says Cricut Sans. We're going to hit the arrow, and we're going to go over here where we can type one in, and I had bought one a while ago called Baby Suet, so we're going to just type that in. Okay, and then we're just going to click on that, and then our font is going to change to that font. Usually takes a minute or two. Okay, so then here where it says style, you can see it says regular. We're going to hit the arrow, and then it shows that you can pick bold, you can pick italic, or you can pick bold italic. We're going to go ahead with bold italic. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to move this up into the corner here. And then as you can see, the W is far away from the rest of the welcome. So we're going to go ahead and ungroup. And then we're going to take the ELCOME and we're going to just group that. And move it over closer to the W. And that's just so that you can save on your vinyl. You don't use quite as much vinyl. Okay, so now we're going to go up here where it says select all, and we're going to hit the plus sign to select all. We're going to group it all together, and now we're going to move it up into the corner farther, and we're going to size it. So we want it to be 3.5 by 3. So we're going to use these little arrows and we're going to push them in. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3. We want it 3.5, so we're going to go in a little farther. Okay, and it's okay if it's a little longer than 3, because when we take all our lettering off, we can push it closer together on our cup, you know, as far as we want it to be. We just don't want it to go over, especially 3.5. Our cup length is 4, and so 3.5 should be good. Okay, so now we're going to come up here to the right hand corner. See here where I'm circling? That's duplicate. We're going to hit it once. It'll take a second and it'll duplicate. So that way we can put one on each side of our cup. So we'll move that over. So now they're both sized correctly. Everything's ready. So now we're going to hit select all again up here in the top, the plus sign. We're going to hit group so that all of them are grouped together. We're going to come all the way to the bottom right hand corner. See here where it says attach, and we're going to click attach. Okay, so once that's done, then you can come up to the top right hand corner, and we're going to click the green button that says Make It. Okay, so now it's sorting it into mats, and what that means is if you have different colors of vinyl that you're making, it'll sort it into different colors on the mats. But we only have one color, and it's on a 12 by 12 mat, so we are just going to hit continue because that's all correct. And now it's going to have you pick out the kind of material that you're using, and we are using vinyl. Ours is actually a permanent vinyl, but we can just go into where it says vinyl, which is right here in the teal color. We're going to click on that. Now it's asking you pressure. We're going to hit the arrow and we're going to put more pressure. I suggest that you always put more pressure because you want to make sure it cuts through your materials, and that just helps to make sure it cuts through. Okay, after that, what's going to happen is on my Cricut Maker, there's a flashing button. I'm going to hit the flashing button. And so what happens then, the tool, it detects that you have the correct tool in there. If you don't have the correct tool, it'll let you know. But we do have the correct tool, so it's going to start cutting. Okay, so when it's finishing cutting, once it's finished, the Cricut Maker will push the Cricut mat out most of the way, and then you just hit the flashing arrows and it'll push it out the rest of the way after that. And then we just have to go in here and say that we're finished down here at the bottom right hand corner, and then it'll pop up where you can save it if you want to. I'm not going to save it, so we can go ahead and just escape out. We're not going to save, so we hit the exit button. It's going to ask, do you want to quit? Yes, we do. So now I'm also going to take a piece of this is just wax paper. I usually cover my tablecloth a little bit more because my tablecloth's getting real ugly, and so I just thought it'd help save it a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to set that to the side. So also we need to make a perch for it. We want a little perch to come out so that they can get on the perch and eat their food. So I thought this is really looking beat up. As you can see, it's all chewed up looking. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. So I was going to just pull the little, well, isn't it funny? Sometimes when I don't want it to come off, it comes off. And when I do, so anyway, I thought I'd pull that off, and we would paint this part to match the lettering or close to it. So I have a pink. I'm going to shake the pink up, and I'm going to grab another sponge. Now remember, these are 6 in a pack for $1 at the Dollar Tree. Now this is just acrylic paint. This one I had bought a long time ago. It's called Craft Smart. I'm not sure where that one comes from, to be honest, but you can buy the acrylic paint. You can pick out the color you want. This is like a hot pink. You can pick out the color you want at either Michael's, Joann Fabrics, Hobby Lobby. They have some at Walmart. So anyway, we're going to use the hot pink, and we're going to paint this. You know, actually, yeah, we're going to paint it before we put it in. Like I said, I'm kind of winging it because I've never made one before, but I thought we'd make it cute. We'd take it a little step farther than just the suet and, you know, the mug. I thought we'd make it cuter. Okay. So we'll just set this to the side and let it dry. So now we want to take our vinyl and we're going to pull it off of our mat. And then we want to cover our mat right away because you want to keep it in as good a shape as you can or it'll stop being sticky. Okay, and then we'll just throw the mat to the side. So now, to take this off in the order that you want it in, you want to use transfer tape, which also is contact paper. which also you can get at the Dollar Tree. So it's $1. Okay, so I'm going to cut it. Let's see. It's hard to see our words on here, but I know the welcome was the longer word. So let's see if I can. Okay, so that one doesn't have anything on it. Now I'm going to see if I can cut them apart. Welcome. Okay. This one. And that one. All right. Okay, so we're just cutting the contact paper the same size as our vinyl. Okay, so first we're going to weed our vinyl. Which is sometimes harder than it sounds, but sometimes it's easy. So let's just hope that this vinyl that I just bought is an easy one. And I'll tell you what that means as we're doing this. So what we're trying to do now is separate the vinyl from the backing, but leave the lettering, which is sometimes not an easy task. But sometimes the vinyl is awesome and will come apart easy. And we did pick out fancy little writing, and I was a little worried when I picked it, but then I thought this is regular vinyl. It usually comes apart nicely, and I think we're going to be lucky. So that's all I'm doing. It is really hard to see where all the cuts are because, so there is something you can do about that, but I've never done it before. You can put a little bit of flour over the top, but then I always think it might stick to some of the sticky parts, and I don't want it to stick. But you can do that if you want to be able to see the lines that you're trying to like cut off. So I also have these tools, which are called weeding tools. It looks just like something they use at the dentist. So this vinyl is not hard to work with at all. As you can see, it's most of the way clear already. So I'm going to come back to that one, and I'm going to just go ahead and pull the big part off of here too. And hopefully it'll do the same thing. Then all you have to do is go back through and take the middle of the D and the O and all that out. So I'm going to go ahead and weed this, and then I'll go back and take those out, and then I'll be back to talk to you guys again and explain the rest of it. It's a real simple craft, though. You're going to love it. Simple, easy, fast, inexpensive. I love those kind of crafts. But I do like the time-consuming ones, too, because they're usually a little more extravagant. All right, guys. Meet you back here in a little bit. Okay, so now once you're all done weeding, it'll look like this. And now what you want to do is take your contact paper and cut it to fit each one of these. Okay, so now you're going to take your contact paper and take the back off of it. Put the contact paper on top of your writing. And now, last time I brandished it down like really hard. I'm just going to lightly go over it. And I'm going to do one first before I do the other. So now what you want to do is pull this white backing off. Okay, we do have to put it on a little harder. Okay, so now you're going to pull this white backing off and try to leave the lettering on the contact paper. And what that does is it holds your lettering in place where you want it. Now, if you were, otherwise you'd have to pull each letter off and put it on your cup. But in this way, hopefully, we are going to leave the lettering behind on the contact paper, and then I'll show you how you transfer it right onto your project, whether it be a mug or something else. It's really kind of cool how it works when it works correctly. I know I tried to do it before with you guys, and it was like maybe a different kind of contact paper, and man, it really stuck. I had a hard time getting it off. But I think we're going to be good this time. Okay, so then you'll have that. Okay, so I'm going to do that with the other one, and then I'll be back. Okay, so now we're ready to put it on our mug. So we bring our mug over. We're going to be hanging it like this. So we're going to take and put the letters that way. Now, I think I'm going to cut them apart so I can put them closer together maybe. So I'm going to put every So you're just going to lay it on there the way you want it, kind of push it down, and then pull this part off, and that's what you have. Okay, so now I'm going to just put each word on there the way I want it. Now, if it feels like they keep coming up, just try to brandish it down again. Remember, you can use the Pampered Chef scraper, or you can use this one, which is a Cricut scraper. You can use your hands or your nails, too. Or you can use like a plastic spatula, if you have that at home. So, and now I'm going to put the welcome. Yeah, I'm kind of just doing my own design. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be adorable just hanging in a tree. Now this is permanent vinyl, so it should be just fine. Ooh, I'm sticking my hand in the suet. Okay, so now that's what it looks like on one side. Now we're going to do it on the other side also. You could do just block letters if you don't want it to look fancy and you just want it to look cute. Or you could do these fancy little letters. I just thought, because the mug was so plain, that I would do the fancy lettering. Okay, so there's that side. Okay, so now I thought we would just take this. I should be able to just shove it in there. Let's see how that works. Push it in, push it in. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Okay, so besides that, I bought these, I'm not sure how you say it, carabinder clips. Carabinder clips. And they're $1 for 2 of them at the Dollar Tree. And the reason I bought them, I mean, it matters how high you want it to hang in your tree. Like if you want it to hang low for you to see the birds on it, you might want something a little longer than this. Let's see. But I knew that it would hang on good to the handle. Now it does have this little thing on here too. So I think what I would do is I would take two of them. And you can go ahead and put the two rings together. Let's see. It's just like, they're kind of like key rings, but maybe not quite as fat. Okay, we'll see if that's strong enough. And then you would be able to hang this part from the tree and it would hold on to the branch. So that's what we have so far, but then I thought we could add a cute little bow. I know it's for the birds and they don't really probably care about that, but I care about that. And I think it's cute to have a cute bow on there. And I think in one of my other videos, I think I had said I got this from Hobby Lobby, but it's from Dollar Tree. So I did mess up in that video. But this ribbon is from the Dollar Tree also for $1. So you got to think, this project probably altogether costs maybe $5. And you're feeding the birds, and you got a cute little thing outside. And it's just a cute thing to do. So I don't know. I was going to just make just a cute little bow to stick on here. Just going to wrap it around with my hand like, so here's the one end is going to be at the bottom. So we're going to want the other end to end at the top, but I think I'm going to go around. So let's see, how many times have we done? So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. I think we'll do 4. So that's 4. And then we'll go halfway again so that it ends on the opposite side. And then we're going to cut it off. And then you're going to grab your wire, which you can buy some of the craft wire from the Dollar Tree also. But this one, I believe, it was from my mom. I'm almost positive it's left over from my mom. And so my mom would always go to there used to be a place called Frank's, and then there's Hobby Lobby, and they have it everywhere. So it just matters how heavy duty you want it. So I'm just going to take a little piece of the wire and twist it and make it tight. This is a bow I've showed you guys before, but we make it sometimes a little fluffier, sometimes not so fluffy. I actually do like some of the ribbon to have wire because it shapes better, like if there's wire in it, but this one does not have wire. And I think I do have to kind of use something. I don't think I made it quite tight enough. Darn it. There we go. That ought to do it. So I thought we'd just fluff it a little bit. I'm telling you, if it doesn't have the wire, it wants to always go back together. So you have to really just twist it all to heck, like all different ways to try to keep it from doing that. Just kind of twist, 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 and try to keep them going different ways. And then I was going to maybe add a little bit of the black one too, just to add a little bit of something. Maybe not as much of this one and shorter. So I ran around, started here, went around once, twice. We're going to end right here. So it's like 2.5. And we'll take a little bit bigger wire because we're going to, this one we can use to keep it together. And to add it onto our pink. And then we'll use a little bit bigger piece of wire and add it to our actual little bird feeder. Doke. I'll do kind of a big one. We can always cut some off if we need to. Now remember, it's going to be hanging out in a tree. It's mostly just for color that I added the bow, just to make it look a little cuter. I mean, for all I know, the birds will tear it apart. I don't know. I know they like to pull things apart to add stuff to their nests and stuff, so it's possible. Okay. So I'm just going to take, so it's just a little crazy little bow. Nothing spectacular, just something for color. And I'm just going to take the wire, put it through the back of it, and add it to the cup. And I might wrap it around once or twice. Because with the weather, the little piece of wire could rust. I kind of think the bird food's going to be gone before the wire will ever rust. So we'd be taking it down to either fill it again or whatever you're going to do with it. Cut some of this off. Some of these off. Fluff it around a little bit more. So that's our cute little bird feeder. I hope you guys enjoyed this craft. What do you think? So there's a sticker on the bottom. You can pull the sticker off. If you know how to make stickers on your Cricut Maker, you can make a sticker for back there. I didn't do that this time. So that's our cute little craft. I hope you guys enjoyed this. You just take it outside and hang it in a tree, and it's ready for the birds. They'll love you for it. All right, you guys. I hope you had fun. I had fun. And if you did, please, again, like, comment, share, especially on YouTube. It helps me a lot if you do that. So have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.